Wow, the room is very quiet now. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for all being here today with us. My name is Amjad Abdullah, and I am the Dean of the Paul and Virginia Engler College of Business. On behalf of the faculty, staff, students, and administrators, I would like to extend a big West Texas welcome to all of you who are attending this event. We are delighted to conduct this ceremony on campus and in person, as we missed the opportunity to do so last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are also providing a live broadcast for those who cannot be with us tonight, but wish to be a part of this event, and others will join us by Zoom later in the program. This is a special event for all of us here in the College of Business. It is our traditions to recognize our community members for their exceptional achievement and support to our college, and also to celebrate the accomplishment of our students. Today, we celebrate excellence, achievements, and successes of our community members and supporters. Hardworking, motivated, and smart. These are the qualities that define our recipients and inductees tonight. For all of us, this is a moment of joy, a precious moment which will linger in our memories. Tonight, we will induct over 50 students into several honorary society and recognize outstanding graduates from all disciplines. For those of you being honored tonight, you have been selected based on your academic achievement and leadership. Well done. Congratulations to each one of you. I also want to congratulate and recognize the families and friends of those remarkable individuals. Your unwavering support and encouragements have made this achievement possible. To the students whom we honor here, it is neither by accident nor by luck that you are recognized today. Your success is primarily the result of a series of choices that you have made and will continue to make. These choices are to work hard, to stay engaged, and to focus, to accept accountability, and to aim for success. I have no doubt that you will have a fire inside that drives you to give, to achieve, and to excel. Your achievements represent a broad cross-section of our college in terms of your background and aspirations. As long as your passion guides you and your character drives you, you will continue to accomplish things that will surprise you and reward you. This will reliably guide you as you make difficult choices through your life. These accomplishments mark a milestone and just a beginning, not an end. Thank you and congratulations to all our students and their families. And now I'm going to ask Ms. Dr. Robin Patterson. She will be the master of ceremony tonight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome both here and in Legacy Hall and on Zoom. We're so glad that you could join us. I am Robin Patterson. I'm the Assistant Dean here in the Paul and Virginia Engler College of Business. It is my privilege to be here to recognize our hardworking and accomplished students, employers, and friends of the college. First, a couple of announcements. I can see that we've got lots of families in the room, which is fantastic. Should you need it, there is a room set up across the hall this direction called the Legends Club. So if you have a child or someone who needs a break, feel free to step out those doors and utilize that room. I think there's a TV set up in there, so that's there in case you need it. Second, it's really exciting to announce we've got some students in the room who have never been on our campus physically before today. They made the trip here to visit our campus in person, and we welcome you and we're excited to have you. So now let's get on to our program. The first group that we will recognize is the Honor Society Alpha Mu Alpha. Dr. King, if you would come forward so that we can recognize our inductees. Inductees, as I call your name, please come forward and stand in this area to the left of Dr. King. This will allow the Zoom viewers to see your faces and celebrate you. Honor Society inductions will be noted on your official transcript, and your certificate will be mailed to you. Once I've called the name of all the inductees who are physically present, I'll ask you to move to this back corner of the room so you can have your photograph made in that area, and I'll announce the virtual inductees. Alpha Mu Alpha is the Marketing Honor Society of the American Marketing Association. It was established in 1981 to recognize and reward academic excellence in the discipline and science of marketing. Dr. Robert King, Assistant Professor of Marketing, and Wilder Professor of Business, is the faculty advisor. Students inducted into Alpha Mu Alpha are Briar Evans from Snyder, Texas, Xenia Franco from Stratford, Texas, Sarah Kepp, New Braunfels, Texas, Bethany O'Neill from Sherman, Texas. Once those get up here, those are our local inductees. Now, for our virtual inductees, we have Douglas Brown from Richmond, Texas, Arian Kane Etmanan from Arlington, Texas, Eva Lopez from Granada Hills, California, Kylie Miller from Derazette, Texas, Anan Syed from Houston, Texas, Cesar Vasquez from El Paso, Texas, Chandler Vogel from Hereford, Texas, and Austin Whitten from Hale Center, Texas. Congratulations to all our inductees. I will now turn the podium over to Dr. Crisostomo and the Enactus team.
Hello, my name is Marisa Crisostomo, and I am the advisor for Enactus. Enactus is a student organization that focuses on using business and economic principles to create sustainable solutions and improve our community. This year, the students competed in the virtual World Cup National Qualifier at the Enactus USA National Exposition. This video presentation, which was created by Media Minds, highlights the team's accomplishments from this past year. Please enjoy.
We could travel halfway around the globe and make an impact on countless lives in another country, but we saw a need in our very own city.
A need for resources to help budding small business owners keep their doors open.
A need for nonprofit organizations to be able to fund their crucial services.
A need for more job opportunities.
This needs in our very own community.
Halfway around the world? What about right here, in our own neighborhood?
That's why for this year, we decided that before we can save the world, we have to save our city.
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 We are West Texas A&M University Enactus, and we are a powerful force for change. Through the implementation of business and economic principles, we empower individuals to take control of their own long-term success and improve our community together.
Our team is comprised of students who are dedicated to seeing our community flourish. In our 29th year, we are proud to be a part of the AA CSB accredited Paul and Virginia Engler College of Business. Our Enactus team is passionate about working with students, faculty, business leaders, and community members to positively impact lives. Our team starts by conducting a needs assessment, considering economic, social, and environmental factors. Then, we take an entrepreneurial approach to address these needs, ensuring that our solutions can be sustainable and measurable. Through this process, Enactus strives towards many of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, including no poverty, reduced inequalities, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, and sustainable cities and communities. And we're starting with our city. Our university is located in the panhandle of Texas, just south of Amarillo. Amarillo, home to just under 200,000 people, is a thriving town with a strong sense of community. As part of this community, Enactus saw the immediate needs of our neighbors. An estimated 15% of our community is living below the poverty line, higher than the national average. The median annual income is nearly $11,000 lower than that of our nation. As Enactus, we knew that we could find sustainable solutions to help increase the standard of living for our neighbors. Today, we would like to highlight 3 of our projects that are allowing us to make strides to improve our very own community. Through PATH, we are helping small business owners transform the lives through their success of their businesses. Martha's Candles is helping one women's shelter fund their much-needed services while simultaneously allowing their residents to earn a supplemental income and gain work skills. And North Heights Linen Service is paving the way for more job opportunities while serving our hospitals.
Our West Texas community thrives on entrepreneurship and small businesses. Amarillo has more locally owned businesses than retail chains. Approximately 2/3 of companies in Amarillo have less than 20 employees, and about 44% of those businesses have only 1 to 4 workers. But having a small business is not easy. Only about half of small businesses survive longer than 5 years. We partnered with the Amarillo Area Foundation and their PATH program to increase the small business owners' chances of success.
We first began working with Mary Gardner. Mary had struggled with making ends meet every month, but she was driving to become a successful small business owner. Mary owns Ready for Duty too, and she provides pet waste cleaning service to our community. Enactus helped her evaluate her competition, readjust her pricing and fees, and develop a marketing strategy. In our efforts to continue to help small business owners, we began working with Adriana, Sergio, and Sergio, the owners of Fit Factory, this year. Fit Factory is part of the 27% of Amarillo businesses that are owned by minorities and is the only gym on the north side of Amarillo. Fit Factory aims to reach a different demographic than the bigger name gyms like Planet Fitness or Crunch. Fit Factory offers a more personal approach to teach individuals how to recognize their own potential and create a stronger community. There are well over 20 gyms or fitness centers in Amarillo, so we needed to find a way to help Fit Factory stand out. We analyzed their competitions and found several areas such as group classes at no additional cost and free Friday passes that Fit Factory could use to attract additional clients. Furthermore, we noticed that Fit Factory also lacked a consistent brand and social media presence. We began working to create a more cohesive look for Fit Factory, creating social media post templates that the owners could easily utilize. Our Enactus efforts resulted in an increase in followers, page likes, and post shares. But we cannot measure success just based on likes, so we're tracking Fit Factory's number of clients and revenue by increasing the number of Fit Factory's clients through their new social media campaigns. This would not only allow Adriana, Sergio, and Sergio keep their dream business alive, but it would also create a healthy community.
We continue helping our city through our next project, Martha's Candles. We saw a need for nonprofit organizations to have better opportunities to generate funding. In Amarillo, there are over 130 nonprofits registered with the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce, all needing funds for the crucial services that they provide. In a surprisingly competitive nonprofit market, how can a nonprofit generate funds outside of grants and donations?
To help solve this problem, we developed a candle business to help a nonprofit become self-sustainable. In this candle business, individuals make the candles and would be paid for their labor, and profits would benefit the nonprofit organization. We partnered with Martha's Home, a refuge for women and their children who are in need of safety and security. According to our city's point-in-time annual homeless assessment report, nearly 37% of our homeless population in emergency or transitional housing are women. Martha's Home provides residents with housing assistance and resources, empowering them to secure full-time employment and gain the necessary skills to excel in the workforce.
Martha's Home is a shelter for homeless women and homeless mothers with children. We have been around here in the Amarillo area for 32 years. And in that time, we have grown from 1 home to a total of 5 houses. So the thing about Martha's Home that I love is that we're not necessarily just an overnight shelter where you take in the homeless and you give them 3 hots in a cot and slap a Band-Aid on the situation and they're back out the next day. We want to bring in these women, these mothers, and really make changes in their lives.
During the first 3 years of this project, we perfected our candle making process, explored the candle market in our area, and began training residents at Martha's Home to make these candles. Prior to the COVID-19 global pandemic, Martha's Candles was making great strides. Martha's Candles was being sold at 2 boutiques in Amarillo, and our candle sales allowed us to pay residents of Martha's Homes for their labor and provide income to help fund the services they provide to their residents. Due to the COVID restrictions and safety precautions, our ability to train residents in the candle making process and meet the members of the community to sell candles essentially halted, and we stopped generating revenue. But we knew that this had to change. Like many small businesses that had to pivot during the pandemic, we decided to shift our efforts to online sales. We created a Facebook page to help generate more sales for Martha's Home and looked into ways to package and mail orders. Additionally, we established alternative payment methods, making it more convenient for the customer. Although COVID-19 brought on several challenges, our efforts are ultimately helping transform Martha's Candles into a more sustainable business.
Our North High Loan Service project is also helping our community create job opportunities in the North Amarillo area.
Amarillo is home to 2 large hospitals, but all of the hospital laundry is currently being sent to Albuquerque or Oklahoma City because Amarillo lacks a suitable facility to properly clean these type of linens. The North Heights Linen Service was created to not only fulfill this need for a hospital laundry facility, but also to create new jobs and increase economic activity. Employees will also have the opportunity to apply for ownership of the company, increasing their wealth for their families.
So Enactus has done a fabulous job of putting together our driver's policy, and that will help us and our employees to know what to do in case of an accident. Also, what the expectations are for our employees and our drivers as they deliver and pick up the laundry from the hospitals.
As the facility is being constructed, our team wanted to join in the North Heights Linen Service mission. The North Heights Linen Service has the end goal of creating at least 100 new jobs. And one of the first employees to be hired will be a delivery driver to transport hospital laundry from the surrounding facilities. Enactus created a delivery driver's policy. By integrating North Heights Linen Service mission and aim, our team was able to create a comprehensive policy handbook that outlines procedures such as appropriate behavior, vehicle care, and what to do in an accident. To help employees understand the importance of such policies, we also developed a driver policy acknowledgement assessment. Should any problems such as policy violations and a need for disciplinary action in the future arise, North Heights Linen Service can use this assessment to establish that the employee had understood and acknowledged the policies. In addition to our 3 main projects, PATH, Martha's Candles, and North Heights Linen Service, we have continued fostering student growth in our College of Business. Our past Enactus efforts have continued a legacy with Media Minds, which started as an Enactus project, but now operates as an independent student-led marketing agency. The agency provides our students with the opportunity to create marketing content from integrated advertising, web design, and social media strategy.
Our projects have allowed our Enactus team to make an ever-expanding impact on our community. In PATH, we are helping small business owners learn more effective business practices. In Martha's Candles, we are helping women and their children make ends meet. In North Heights Loan Service, we are helping new hires embrace employment. Please take a look at our annual report for more information about the projects we have presented. We are creating solutions.
A solution to maintaining small business owners' crucial source of income.
A solution to help a nonprofit support their services.
A solution to giving women and homeless individuals a leg up.
A solution for individuals who are motivated to work.
A solution for Amarillo.
We're starting here.
In our own city.
With our own community.
Our own neighbors.
We are West Texas A&M University.
And we are Enactus.
This year, we'd like to present the Enactus Leadership Award to Jesse Castillo.
So the next Honor Society induction that we'll do this evening is Omicron Delta Epsilon, also known as ODE, and it is one of the world's biggest international academic honor societies with nearly 700 chapters throughout the world. Its primary objectives are recognition of scholastic attainment and the honoring of outstanding achievements in economics. While the ODE organization began in 1963, WT established its chapter in 1970. Dr. Neil Meredith, Associate Professor of Economics, and Dana, Professor of Business, is the faculty advisor. Dr. Meredith is going to stand here while we recognize all of our ODE inductees virtually this year. So he is going to stand here and we're going to celebrate him on behalf of the students. Let me just say, and I didn't say this before the last section, in the event I mispronounce your name, I sincerely apologize. I'm going to make my best effort to get it right, but if I mispronounce it, I definitely apologize. So our ODE inductees are Brandy Curtis Richards of Anchorage, Alaska, Kenneth Day Amoa of Canyon, Texas, Brian Harris of Rancho Cucamonga, California, Lisa Yan of Yuma, Arizona, Kevin McGavern of McKinney, Texas, Jennifer Keeley of Roanoke, Texas, sorry, Clifton Ross of Somerton, Arizona, Evan Stuffelbeam of Phoenix, Arizona, and Andrew White of Tomball, Texas. Congratulations, ODE inductees. Thank you, Dr. Meredith. And again, Honor Society designations will be noted on official transcripts and their materials will be mailed to them. Now I will turn the podium over to Lindsay Bjork and Media Minds.
Hello, everyone. As Robin said, my name is Lindsay Bjork, and I have been the faculty advisor for Media Minds since last summer. Media Minds is a student organization in our college that focuses on the creative side of business. As you can see, our students take photographs at events. They also gather content for our social media posts, and they produce videos that help promote our college. This year's Media Minds Leadership Award will go to Mason Pfeiffer from Batavia, Illinois. So each year we submit our videos to the Tellys Awards. This is an organization that recognizes and honors the best video productions for all screens. They mean film, TV, all kinds of screens. We haven't received the results yet for this year, but I'd like to show you two videos that we submitted for consideration. The first video was created for our College of Business newsletter about one of our alumni, and the second video is about our namesake, Paul Engler.
It's really, really hard to own a business, but it's super fun. I love the restaurant business. I love to cook. I do both the business and the cooking. I love them both equally. So, I mean, I do my own books and I do my own, all that own stuff because I enjoy it. My name's Angela Corpening. I got my undergrad at WT in finance and accounting in 2006. And then I got my MBA in 2015. The very first business I bought, I was 26, was right when I graduated, was the Golden Light Cafe. It's on 6th Street, and it's the oldest restaurant on all of Amarillo, and then supposedly all on Route 66. It's never changed locations or closed down. It's a hamburger place. It's an old dive. It started in 1946, and I worked there all through college. Like all through my undergrad, I worked there, waiting tables and bartending and all of that stuff. And then I kind of bought it on a whim. I graduated, and the owner that I bought it from needed to get out of it, and so I made an offer and I went and wrote an awesome business plan that I learned from WT. That's a big thing that I did learn from WT, is because the previous owner didn't do a lot of bookkeeping and things in the normal manner, so I had to go with the business plan that I guessed what this place made and hustle myself at all these banks. And finally, one little bank rolled its dice on me, and so that's how I became the owner of the Golden Light. I don't think Amarillo has enough breakfast spots. We have some really, really, really wonderful places, but I just don't think there was enough. And I love waffles. Like I truly, truly love breakfast. It's my favorite meal, and I love waffles. Well, I wanted to do waffles, and I thought it would be smart because of, the loyalty to the Golden Light, and because I think I've had a pretty decent reputation doing what I've been doing to kind of make it similar. So if you look, the logo looks familiar to the Golden Light, and the point of the Golden Waffle Company was kind of like the Golden Light. I just thought we needed something like that here in Amarillo, so that's kind of why I did it. It was hard. Yeah, it was really, really hard, especially getting my master's, because I remember I was nursing a baby, trying to write papers late at night and having a business open. So it was hard, but it was doable. It was fun. It was worth it. I loved WT. I did. I had a great experience. I felt like all the teachers were wonderful. They taught you to think on your own. That's what I feel like college teaches you is more just, that you can do anything you want, you take your education, what you get out of it, and what you get out of it is what you do with it. I wish that I would have known not to be so afraid at such a young age, to not be afraid. That's the time to take those leaps, to not, I don't know, I wish I would have held back a little bit more than I could have, I guess. And now I wish I would have just pushed myself further, it's, especially at young ages like that, when you were in college, that's when you take these leaps of faith. That's when you go and try things out and see if it works. And if you fail, whatever, you got time to start over. And I wish I would have had more courage at a younger age on some of that stuff.
I graduated in 1951 from the University of Nebraska, which was at that time was a general ag degree. And you got a taste of agronomy, animal. They didn't call it animal science at that time. They called it animal husbandry. I enjoyed going to school. I really did, but I looked at it as an investment, and all the time, because it was tough. I think that one of the main things in preparation to the academic part of it is to not only protect but build your reputation.
At one point, I was introducing Paul, and I was thinking, what do you go through and say about someone like Paul Engler? And what come to mind for me is that if you were to do a Mount Rushmore of West Texas business people, Paul Engler would end up being one of those people on that Mount Rushmore. He is, in many ways, the cattle industry in this part of the country, and really revolutionized it beyond what you could even imagine.
So I was at Hereford, Texas, and I bought a large bunch of cattle from a rancher by the name of Joe Reinauer. And at that particular time, we were still shipping some cattle by rail. And a train pulled in from then made up in Amarillo. And it was the day after the Amarillo auction. And at that particular time, it was not unusual for the Amarillo auction to have as many as 15,000 cattle, at an auction. I just mentioned to the rancher, I said, this is all wrong. He said, what do you mean? I said, you're exporting the ingredients and the commodities that would support cattle feeding industry. So that's how it all started. I went back to Nebraska and asked Mr. Dinklage what he thought about it, and he was familiar enough with the area. And he said it'd work. He said, absolutely. So I did. I went to Hereford and bought what is now the old Hereford feed yards. Dr. Terry and I, we got to give him a lot of credit, because he and I, in discussions and visiting and so forth, we kind of came up with that idea. I've obligated that foundation, and hopefully my goal and objective in the Paul and Virginia Engler Foundation is that I wanted that to go into perpetuity. It's going to be a so-called active deal, hopefully for a long time. The way the agreement reads, it's for 80 years, and then for the option for the university to renew it for another 80 years. So we're going to go to work on that.
In this part of the country, the name Paul Engler is associated with greatness and legendary. He is such a remarkable business entrepreneur whose commitment to hard work and excellence made him a great business leader. The Paul and Virginia Engler Foundation's transformative gift has helped the college attract remarkable and outstanding faculty and provide scholarships for programs and students for many generations to come.
In modern higher education, I don't believe it's possible for you to advance an academic program without a partnership with the private sector, primarily donors or business operations. You need scholarships for students. Higher education's went up significantly over the years, and scholarships are an important part of maintaining price competitiveness to help out students that are of high need.
The students really are the number one issue as far as a college or a university is concerned. You can come up with the best faculty, in the world, but the students are going to be the ones that really make the university.
We had went to a meeting, and we were coming back, and we were walking through the college, and I was wanting to show him some of the signage and the new things that we've put into the college since we've done the naming. And we were doing that. We're walking through the halls, and there were several students that were sitting at some of the cafe tables in the reception area, and they obviously knew who he was, but they don't know him. And so you could go through and say, well, that's Mr. Engler, that's it. So he just kind of like stopped for a minute and looked at them, and then just walked over and introduced himself and said, hello, I'm Paul Engler. And it's funny to go through and have students say, yes, sir, we know who you are. He said, well, where are you from? And he did that probably with 20 students in that little time period. And I think it shows a certain spirit of how he genuinely wants to get to know the students, wants to end up making a difference, and wants to be a part of West Texas A&M University.
We are incredibly grateful to Mr. Engler for his generosity and his ongoing support for our college.
I'm very pleased that the more I've gotten acquainted, with WT after this deal, and the visits, and get acquainted with the faculty members on this and that, and I feel good about that.
Thank you to Lindsay and Media Minds. Those videos were fantastic. I will be so excited to hear how the Telly Awards turn out and see what kind of bling you get to bring home from those. Our third Honor Society induction today is Upsilon Pi Epsilon, UPE for short. And it is the first and only existing international honor society in the computing and information disciplines. UPE was first organized at Texas A&M College Station in 1967 and now has over 300 chapters around the world. The WT chapter of UPE was initiated in 2017 and has recently won 2 Chapter Excellence Awards at their conference. Dr. Leon Chen, Assistant Professor of CIS and McCrae Professor of Business Analytics, is the faculty advisor. Honor Society inductees, if you will come forward when I call your name and stand in this area near Dr. Chen, we will honor you. And then once we again introduce all the local folks, we'll have you move to the back to take a photo, and we'll recognize the virtual inductees. Again, this Honor Society will be noted on your official transcript, and your materials will be mailed to you. Students inducted into UPE are Aaron Acosta of El Paso, Texas, Robert Arlt Jr. of Cambridge, Massachusetts, Aditya Judd Delay of Pune, India, Noor Kadad, Leander, Texas, Seth McCarty, Aledo, Texas, Nirmala Narasimhan from Amarillo, Texas, Inga Nguyen of Amarillo, Texas, and Ankita Singh of Amarillo, Texas. Let's give our local inductees a hand, and we'll let them move to the side. Congratulations. Go ahead. Now, our virtual inductees in UPE are Isam Alfaluja of Canyon, Texas, Noah Benani of Escondido, California, Michael Crescioni of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Saravana Kumar Dharmarajan of Katy, Texas, Gerardo Herrera Gonzalez of Laredo, Texas, Taylor Hurt of Amarillo, Texas, Abdul Rabiu of Houston, Texas, Sumya Roy of Powley, Pennsylvania, Anna Smith, Snoqualmie, Washington, Justin Stout of Fort Stockton, Texas, Stephanie Vestal of Robinson, Texas, and Cecilia Vu of Dallas, Texas. Congratulations to all UPE inductees. So now we're moving on to the part of our program where we recognize our student group award winners. Award winners, when I call your name, if you would come forward and in this area again and receive your award from your faculty advisor, and then you can move to the back of the room for a photo. Let's start with the Accounting and Finance Association, which we call the AFA. AFA is a student-led club whose mission is to advance the study of accounting and finance by providing opportunities for students to learn about careers in the respective professions. The AFA sponsors interaction with professionals in the accounting and finance fields in order to promote networking, internships, career opportunities for students at WT. David Clark, my lovely assistant, is here to award the Leadership Award for AFA to Cannon Brown from Amarillo, Texas. Okay, moving on to Economics Clubs. Economics Club is a student and faculty organization that's supported by the Koch Foundation since 2013. It mentors student research and engages students with current economic problems. Dr. Lee Stitzel, who is the Assistant Professor of Economics, is one of the faculty advisors for the Econ Club, and he's here to present the Economics Club Award to Stephen Webster of Amarillo, Texas. Congratulations. All right, the Society for Human Resource Management, or SHRM for short, is designed to maximize the competitive advantages that our students have in the workplace. SHRM serves its students by expanding their professional networks, preparing them for the powerful SHRM CP certification exam, providing professional attire, and ultimately aiding them in securing employment. Dr. Raul Chauhan, Assistant Professor of Management, is one of the faculty advisors for SHRM. He's here to present the SHRM Award to Heidi Torres from Van Alstyne, Texas. Congratulations, Heidi. Next, we have the Association of Latino Professionals for America, ALPA. It is the Latino and International Student Chapter that was created in 1972. ALPA has 45 student chapters that focus on providing professional workshops, career resources, and networking events to develop student character and leadership. Dr. Leslie Ramos Salazar, who is the Abdallah Professor of Business and Associate Professor of Business Communication, is the faculty advisor for ALPA. And she is here to present the ALPA Award to Miguel Cuevas of Amarillo, Texas. Congratulations, Miguel. All right, and finally, we have the Student Government Award. Student government works to provide representation, services, and advocacy for the students of WT. Dr. Robert King is going to present the Student Government Award this year to Emma Weinheimer of Groom, Texas. Congratulations, Emma. All right, now I will turn the podium over to Associate Dean Dr. Jonathan Schaefer, who will talk to you guys about some of our outstanding undergraduate students. Thank you.
As Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, I always know I'm going to have a speaking role at the events during the year. I don't always know what they're going to be sometimes until Dr. Abdullah tells me, but this is a predictable one, and one of my favorite things to get to talk about and get to be up here to present, and that's the Outstanding Business Undergraduate Awards. Diarno and I were talking earlier. Diarno's coming up after me to present the graduate awards. We were talking about the enrollment in the programs, how many students are graduating. And in the undergraduate programs, these days we have as many as 12 or 1,300 students in our undergraduate programs at one time. This year we're graduating for the calendar year, I checked today, over 250 students, over 250 undergraduate students. And the list that I have today has only 10 students on it. So this is a high honor, and I'm very privileged to have the honor of presenting the awards. I've had some of these students in my own classes, like many of our faculty members here, and I think I can speak for all of us when we say that we're very proud of you. We're very proud of your accomplishments and very proud to see you receive this recognition. I hope that your families can be as proud of you as we are, and that you can also be proud of this honor as we call your name and you come up to receive your award. I'll talk about the people who are here today. First, starting with the accounting major, the Outstanding Undergraduate Award for Accounting goes to Olivia Forsberg of Amarillo, Texas. For Computer Information Systems, Seth McCarty of Aledo, Texas. In the area of economics, Lance Myers of Clovis, New Mexico. These individuals are not here today with us, but I'll read the names for the area of finance. Jacob Harris of El Paso, Texas. In general business, Wendy Jessica Mayo of Perryton, Texas. In the management field, Janelle Buchanan, San Antonio, Texas. In marketing, Dakota Scott Puga, Canyon, Texas. And the Paul and Virginia Engler Student of Distinction this year, and she could not be with us today, is Carlandria Edwards of Amarillo, Texas. And these are for each major, for the most part, and there's one more award here, and that is the Outstanding Undergraduate Student. This is of all the majors and taking into account all of our graduating students in the college, and that is Jenny Patriani Cordosa of Amarillo, Texas. I also have the pleasure of announcing the winner of the Carrie Lyles Emerging Technology Award, and this award carries with it a scholarship, and this year that award goes to Gerardo Herrera Gonzalez. Congratulations. He's not here with us today, but congratulations, Gerardo. And Diarno de Armand follows me with the graduate awards.
I'd like to thank Dr. Schaefer for stealing my opening line we were talking about before. No, I think it really is a testament to the programs and the strength of the programs and the number of students that we have and what you see here today and what's listed with the outstanding students. I have the pleasure, my name is Diarno Diarman. I serve in the current role of Assistant Dean of the Graduate Business Programs and also as the Engler Professor of Business, and that's something I'm very proud of, both of those. And I have the distinct privilege of announcing the Outstanding Business Graduate Awards. And as Dr. Schaefer had mentioned, it's, you think about it, and in these particular awards for our graduate students, it's like your top 0.5 to 1% of all students. And so we are very proud of these individuals. And I believe with us today, the award winner for Computer Information Systems and Business Analytics, Inga Nguyen from Amarillo, Texas. Ms. Stalker has a fabulous gift and prize. With us today, I believe, for public accounting, Ms. Mary Hayward. And then joining us, I believe, online, for finance and economics, Andrew Hartman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For the MBA Healthcare, Michelle Bateman Moshela from Orlando, Florida. Our outstanding overall graduate and graduate business programs is a name that very many of you in the room will know, Mr. Arnie Van Morik from Denmark, Finance and Economics. I also have the privilege of announcing one additional award, and this is the CPA Accounting Education Foundation Award. This award has two facets this year. One facet for this individual was that early on in the semester, we found out that this individual was awarded the Texas Society of CPAs scholarship. That's a scholarship that only goes to about, I want to say, less than 50 students in the state of Texas. And this individual was one of those winners. Additionally, that carries over into not only this student's hard work ethic, but also the academic abilities that they place into the classroom. And this year, Alyssa Perez from Plainview, Texas, is the recipient of the CPA Accounting Education Foundation Award. Alyssa. Congratulations. There was also a nice press release that went out about that as well. Very proud of all the graduate business students. Thank you all. And I'll now pass this on over to Dr. Ann Macy.
I have the pleasure of announcing two student awards, leadership awards. I happen to be faculty advisor or co-faculty advisor for two. So the CFA award is a CFA Research Challenge, and that is an international competition where students get together for a very intense 4 months and analyze a stock. And we participate in the Southwest region. And this year, which is probably a great stock, but maybe a little bit it's an interesting choice, let's just say that. It was Carriage Services out of Houston. You might not know that, but it's the second largest provider of funeral services. So during a pandemic year, it's a growth stock, which kind of changes how you present something that is normally not a growth stock. But because of COVID this year, we did an all online team. So we had 4 graduate students, and they were in 4 different states, and they presented, worked together all virtually, and then presented. And we were advanced to the oral competition round, and we went ahead and competed that. And so very proud of how well they did under very extreme circumstances. Our winner of that is actually James Rogers, and he is one of our online students, but he drove in from Arlington today. So Jim, would you please come forward? And that is the first time I've met him, and he is substantially taller than he is on Zoom. It doesn't look at all like what I thought, so that's intriguing. And my second award, the individual is here on Zoom, and that is for the Student Managed Investment Fund. This past year, under Dr. Abdulat's leadership and from the gift from Paul Engler, we rebalanced the portfolio. We had $100,000 in cash that we'd been rat-holing away. We went through and rebalanced the Merrill Lynch portfolio and withdrew $400,000, combined it to a $500,000, and then Dr. Abdulat, through the match gift from Mr. Engler, is turning that into an additional $1 million endowed scholarship fund for finance, economics, and the MSFE programs. So we worked on that all throughout the summer, and the winner for that award for leadership is Mr. Trey Orthogren. I get the opportunity to introduce the Faculty Hall of Fame Award. So, Ms. Walker, what is that name synonymous with? What word would you use? Believe it or not, that word is fun. Now, at first that might not seem correct, because Ms. Walker was known as a very tough grader. A 69% was a D. She would see you next semester. Ms. Walker graded papers for content
And because she was also a former English teacher, grammar, spelling, word choice, etc. She expected collegiate level writing at all times. Ms. Walker set the bar high and believed in every one of her students that they could rise to the challenge and excel. No one was quicker to correct, but also quicker to compliment. Students would show me their papers after Ms. Walker had graded them so that I could participate in their happiness or sorrow, case may be. So fun might see an odd choice. Well, in 1979, Jean was just a graduate student at WT, and she was working for several professors, including Bob Chester. And believe it or not, one of her professors was Dr. Jim Owens, who many of you know. Starting that next year in the fall of 1980, Jean began teaching instructor of finance. Over the next 36 years, she drove faithfully from Panhandle every day to teach. Starting in 1994, Jean started the student organization, Students in Free Enterprise, known as SIFE. Her teams won 20 straight regional competitions, earning the right to go to nationals. They placed in the top 20 twice. Jean and her SIFE teams were so well respected that she was inducted into the Sam Walton SIFE Hall of Fame in 2011. The next year, in 2012, she won the Jack Cale Sam Walton Free Enterprise Fellow of the Year Award. Through SIFE, which was later named Enactus, Jean developed student leaders. Many of her teams had over 100 members. Her teams traveled throughout Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, then on to Kansas City and Memphis, all to compete and all to win. And for those students, those trips were the best part of their collegiate careers. Demanding but fun does not even begin to describe what happened on those trips. Their Facebook groups are still going strong decades later. Jean has been to so many weddings and baby showers you can't count. She is the best College of Business alumni director we could possibly ask for. But SIFE was not her only service activity. Jean also ran the West Texas Center for Economic Education. She gave presentations throughout the summer teaching teachers how to teach economics, finance, and personal finance. I was lucky enough to get to participate with her. Some of my favorite times as a professor were spent with Jean Walker. Our trips to New York City, Washington, D.C., San Diego, and all throughout Texas. I always had fun with Jean Walker. She is a wonderful travel companion. So fun, that is Jean Walker. Somehow a serious, incredibly intelligent, wonderful woman is part of so many students and faculty's best, funnest moments of their college or professional life. That says something about who you are. And so it is with pleasure that I award Ms. Jean Walker the Faculty Hall of Fame Award.
Thank you. Wow, I remember Jean long time ago. And by the way, Jean is the first faculty we induct to the Hall of Fame. So congratulations again, Jean. One thing I want to recognize, that we have a special guest with us today. And probably you saw his video earlier. And this special guest, the college bears his name. That is Mr. Paul Engler. So he's our guest today. Now we are going to go to the community awards. We are very fortunate and really blessed here in the Engler College of Business to enjoy the support of our community and business organizations. Support from our stakeholders encourages us to strive for excellence and success. In turn, we celebrate and reflect on the positive impact of these individuals and organizations to continue to have our students and our college in mind. Our community awards recognize legacy of ingenuity and vision that have distinguished the individuals and organizations we honor here today. Their contributions positively and meaningfully impact the Engler College of Business and our students. I'm pleased to introduce our 2020 Community Award recipient this year. The awards honor members of the business community and private sectors who contribute significantly to the college successes. The first award we're going to announce is the Ambassador Award. This award is presented to individuals with notable societal impact, extensive public service, and lifetime achievement that exemplify character, leadership, and high integrity. The 2021 recipient of the Ambassador Award goes to Stan Sigmund. I'm going to talk to you about Stan Sigmund in a second. Stan Sigmund is a graduate of then West Texas State University. Began his career in 1965 with Southwest Bell Telephone and was a stockman in the Hereford office. Stan, through his hard work, subsequently rose to the top of the business world to be the CEO and president of both Singular Wireless and AT&T. In the wireless world, Stan is a legend. He often credited his value, work ethics, and mental toughness to West Texas upbringing. He was instrumental in the AT&T and Apple partnership that introduced the world to the iPhone. Stan is widely regarded as a visionary leader in business and is remembered as a passionate mentor to countless successful men and women. Mr. Sigmund passed away on December 21, 2020. In 2021, a scholarship and a professorship were established by his friends and colleagues to honor his legacy. The gift that we have for the Stan family will be mailed to his wife and his friends, and he is someone who will have an impact on our college for some times to come. The second award, it's the Employer of the Year Award. Is presented to a local businesses organizations that significantly extend direct employment opportunities to our students. So basically, we like the businesses that hire our students. So if you are an employer here, you know how to get an award from us. The 2020 recipient of this award is SPC Excel Energy. And I don't know whether David is here. David Hudson. Okay. Southwestern Public Service Company is a part of Excel Energy that's serving New Mexico and Texas, and it's located in Amarillo. Last year, they hired from the College of Business over 10 students, and I think when we looked at the numbers, we felt that was very good that 10 of our students were able to be a part of the 1,200 employees of that company. By the way, David is the CEO, and he is of Excel in Amarillo, and he's also an alumni of WT, and he earned his MBA from the Engler College of Business. Now we're going to go to the Legacy Award. And I think we have somebody who will follow me in Zoom to say a few words about this award. It's presented this award to families or corporations that consistently support the Engler College of Business. This year, the recipients of the Legacy Award is the Friends of Stan Sigmund, and presented to Mark Collins and Paul Roth. Let me give you a story about what they did. Mark and Paul are both close friends of Mr. Sigmund and his family. Stan impacted their professional lives in both profound and immeasurable ways. Mark and Paul are dedicated to supporting meaningful and impactful ways to honor their friend and their mentor, Mr. Sigmund. With this goal, Mark and Paul contacted others whose lives were impacted by STAN to create one of the most prestigious scholarship awards in the College of Business to be awarded for students and to endow a professorship. The scholarship and the professorship recognizes STAN's integrity and selflessness, devotions to people, and to success. Those two individuals raised, with the help of their friends, over $200,000 that we are going to use for scholarship and professorships. In the gratitude for the scholarship and the professorship, support given by the Friends of Stan Sigmund, the Paul and Virginia Engler College of Business, in coordinations with the Engler Foundation, has matched the funds to establish the Stan Sigma Scholarship and the Professorship. Additionally, Mark and Paul are working with us to establish an annual speaker series. This series will be made up of current and retired executives from AT&T who will be coming to our college to meet with our students and who have followed Stan's training in a wide variety of disciplines, from the IT to marketing to management. And I think Paul is with us in Zoom.
I am, Dr. Abdullah. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Good to see you, Paul.
It's good to see you. Thank you for the opportunity. I've enjoyed listening to the many recipients and the honors that you've handed out this evening. As you mentioned, Stan Sigmund was a native of Hereford, Texas. He was a West Texas cowboy, born and raised, as he liked to talk about. He was also one of the most successful CEOs in America, and just a remarkable individual. One who impacted so many lives that when he died suddenly in December, a small group of his very close friends wanted to find the best way to honor him. If you knew Stan, every story he started with about his success, if you will, and he was a very modest individual, began with a story of West Texas, began with his story of attending West Texas, what is known today as West Texas. And from there, he credits his roots and his upbringing to his success. We wanted to honor his legacy, and the best way we could do that, with permission from his family, was to create a scholarship in his name. And with the generous match from the Paul Engler College, we've set up a scholarship and a professorship. And I want to make sure that I thank Dr. Wendler, Dr. Terry, Dr. Abdullah, and Dr. Raspberry for their support and guidance in getting this done in a remarkably short period of time. You all were just an absolute joy to work with, helped us to establish these things very quickly. And I'd also like to congratulate Dr. Babb on being the first professor to be the recipient of the Stan Sigmund Professorship. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to participate. We look forward to continuing to support the university going forward. Thank you, Dr. Abdullah.
Thank you, Paul. We're looking forward to seeing you soon, hopefully in September or October.
I look forward to it as well.
All right. Now we go to what we call it the Horizon Award. The Horizon Award is presented to alumni of the Engler College of Business that have made significant early advances in their careers. The 2021 recipient of the Horizon Award is Carlton Wilder. Let me tell you a few things about Carlton. When Carlton came to WT, he was following in the footsteps of his grandfather, Mr. David Wilder, who was sitting next to him. In 2013, he graduated in an accounting and finance degree and received his MBA in December 2014. Carlton spent 3 years after graduation with a third-party real estate company in Dallas. But in 2016, he decided to move back to Amarillo to be closer to his family and began a job with W Real Estate in Amarillo, where he is a vice president for commercial real estate. At the age of 29, Carlton was the youngest WT graduate to establish a $20,000 scholarship at his alma mater in May of 2018. That's the type of alumni we always would love to have. And Carlton, congratulations for winning the award. And just to say a few things is, I remember when Mr. Wilder brought his grandson to WT back in 2012, 2013, and he was shopping with all the departments to see what department he should go, whether it's computer, whether it's accounting. And David, you must be proud of your grandson. Congratulations. In the closing, you know, we established the traditions at the College of, the Engler College of Business. If Dr. Terry here would say, you know, it's about time to finish. So usually we'll finish by 6 o'clock. I think we are going to beat the 90 minutes that Dr. Terry will always allow for events like this. But thank you all for being a great audience today. And thank you for supporting our students and the Engler College of Business. There's one special thanks I want to say to Ms. Stocker. Where is Betty? This event will not have happened if it was not for her dedications, patience with me, and persistence to make sure that we have. Thank you, Betty. Thank you very much. And I also would like to thank our faculty and staff for everything they do on behalf of the College of Business to make our college a great college. Congratulations to all the recipients and inductees, and thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for all making this amazing event. I wish every one of you a great evening. Thank you very much. There's a refreshment in the back side, so don't leave, stop by there.